Dan Saltman, the man who has been instrumental in leading the campaign of hatred against Hasan on Twitch and trying to get him banned, got banned off of Twitch. So I don't know if he was streaming there, but he wanted to talk with Asmongold. That's not happening. Look at this website that Dan Saltman made. Dan Clancy's Twitch is an anti-Semitic hellhole. That's the name of this website. Email us tips about Dan Clancy, and then you can just scroll through here, and you find all of these random stuff that's like attacking Hasan. Fox News article. Twitch now includes the term Zionist. Streamers facing massive ad revenue drops under Clancy's leadership. Even more racism from Twitch's top political streamer. So this guy, Dan Saltman, is a joke, and he got banned for extreme harassment. Hello, Dan Can't Stream. Twitch is committed to keeping our community safe for everyone, and as a part of that, we require all users to ensure that anything shared on their account abides by Twitch's terms of service and community guidelines. Based on a review of your activity or content, we have issued a global suspension on your account due to the severe nature of this violation or the fact that you've incurred multiple violations. Your access to Twitch services is indefinitely restricted. Reason: extreme harassment, focusing your conduct on intimidating, degrading, abusing, or bullying others. Examples of violative conduct include, but are not limited to, asking multiple streamers for sexual favors via chat or whispers, repeatedly or pervasively targeting other people with sexual solicitations that are clearly unwanted, devoting your stream towards maliciously raiding or harassing others. Where this violation occurred: on stream or VOD, content creation date January 1st, 2001, 000 AM. UTC. Suspension length indefinite. So Dan Saltman is gone, and people are focusing on the fact that the content creation date was January 1st, 2001, 000. Obviously, that's not the single piece of content that Dan Saltman got banned for. He got banned for harassment. It's this last thing: devoting your stream towards maliciously raiding or harassing others. And he has straight up said that that's what he wants to do. So this is Dan Saltman straight up saying that he wants to do a harassment campaign.
Fucking little weasel rat. I mean, it's okay because I'm doing the same thing. See, this is what you guys don't get. This is what you don't get. You don't play the game. You don't play it strong enough. You're over here like, Dan, do not bring up that he went to a brothel. Yes, it was raided, but in the end, they didn't find enough crimes to shut them down. He has no issues clip chipping me. Okay? He's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay? He wants to like do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking 420 blaze it. Let's go. YOLO. Do it. Because you know what? There's not that many clips of me that you can take out of context. There's a few, but I got a lot that I can do for you. I'm winning this battle. So you know what? You got my approval. Let's do it. Out of context battle. Fucking you go first. Right here, with this one right here. This fucking little weasel rat.
So, yeah, he is doing a harassment campaign against Hasan, and he got banned because of it. Twitch finally has had enough. Want to do a data request in preparation for deleting my account, and they cooked it. No surprise, DJ Clancy and at Twitch are complicit with anti-Semitism. So, blaming anti-Semitism for him getting banned. I was expecting this for a while. Broadcasted 24/7 instructions how to do activism against Twitch. I'm surprised it took this long. Yeah, directing a harassment campaign and saying that we should take clips out of context and send it against Twitch is him broadcasting instructions on how to do activism against Twitch. This guy has an insanely overinflated ego, and he knows that he's lying, though. Of course, with all my reports, as all of yours, they are instantly marked as no violation found. Let's go, Egypt. Don't know what that means. This is a world where Hasan can broadcast terrorist propaganda, commit unadulterated slander, and call for 9/11 version 2. This platform is a joke. So, once again, the clip of Hasan saying that he can't wait for 9/11 2 is when he found out that the United States was doing a nuclear agreement with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia infamously helped orchestrate the first 9/11. Hasan, that was a joke. Hasan's not advocating for 9/11 2, and actually he's pushing against that idea because the people that want to arm Saudi Arabia with nuclear weapons are unironically kind of setting the groundwork for a terrorist state. Saudi Arabia, I mean, United States is a terrorist state as well, but like Saudi Arabia's done a terror attack on us before. This was a manual ban, no email, nothing shows under appeals. Twitch is starting to feel heat. Welcome to the appeals portal. We have a reason for the ban. Extreme harassment is the most effing based way to go. Never even heard of this before. I mean, don't a ton of people get banned for harassment? I won't stop organizing against Twitch's anti-Semitic policies. I'm honored to be free of their TOS, and I will not stop working with Congress or the media. So what is he talking about when he says anti-Semitic policies? What he's talking about is, I found clips of Hasan talking about a Jewish person, and he said that the guy's a bloodthirsty pig. Thus, Hasan is anti-Semitic. Hasan said that he can't wait for 9/11 too. Thus, Hasan is an Islamic extremist. If you aren't banning Hasan, then Twitch is anti-Semitic. Then Twitch is allowing extremism to occur on their platform. So he is essentially doing a harassment campaign against Hasan underneath the guise that he's targeting Twitch. And it's complete bullshit. Strange, I don't see @streamer bans reporting this. So does this mean no expose with Asmongold since you can't have banned streamers on? Seems a little extreme. It's kind of telling you the section where the violation occurred said on stream or VOD when you don't even stream on the platform, lol. At Twitch, get your shit together. Why did you spend January 1st, 2001 creating a Twitch account instead of warning people about 9/11? The violation was in 2001, January 1st, 2001. So obviously, if you are doing a harassment campaign, they're not going to have a single point where you violated the terms of service. And I guess they needed to have that, so they just put in the most generic number possible, which was January 1st, 2001. I don't know where Dan Saltman is actually doing these streams, if he's streaming on Twitch or if he's streaming on YouTube, but he's clearly streaming or making videos here. Yeah, if he is streaming on Twitch, then Twitch has a right to ban him.
He openly admitted that he knows.
You know, let's pull it up on stream. What I know. I think we should. This is the brothel.
I'm gonna rewind this.
There we go.
By the way, the brothel thing is crazy because he openly admitted that he knows. You know, let's pull it up on stream. What I know.
Okay, so he is streaming that.
I think we should. This is the brothel. There we go. Hell's Angel brothel raided by 900 officers, say the German police. Tax and custom investigators swoop in on Artemis, Berlin's biggest sex club. This is where Hasan said that he had sex with a prostitute, as authorities allege that women were exploited and possibly trafficked. More than 900 police, tax and customs investigators have raided Berlin's biggest brothel, charging it linked to the Hells Angel biker gang and making 6 arrests. They detained 2 managers of the so-called nude sauna club, Artemis, and 4 madams in the raid, in which they encountered 117 sex workers and more than 100 clients. Prostitution is legal in Germany, but police charge that the 4-story brothel complex constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. Suck a dick, Hasan. I ain't fucked no prostitute at a place that got raided for fucking human trafficking. You have, pervert ass fucking old fucking motherfucker.
Okay, so he says that he's going to do a harassment campaign against Hasan using out-of-context clips, and then he backs that up by using an out-of-context clip.
They were fucking raided for tax evasion, basically. He's saying, it's fine. They weren't raided for sex trafficking, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep lying about it. Okay.
I just read the article, dog. Why don't you pull it up?
Oh, that's a good point. Let's pull up the article. So Dan Saltman says, I just read the article, dog. Why don't you pull it up? He's not taking it out of context. He read the article. Let's pull up these articles. What do we got here? Germany trafficking, mass police raid on Berlin mega brothel. So this raid happened in 2016. This article was written in 2016. What does the BBC News article say pretty much in the immediate aftermath of the raid? 900 police officers have taken part in a raid on one of Germany's biggest brothels in Berlin, making 6 arrests over alleged human trafficking and tax fraud. The operation follows months of investigation into the Artemis brothel. Brothel managers are accused of evading some £17.5 million or euros in social security payments since 2006. Prosecutors allege that the staff at Artemis were forced to pretend to be self-employed to avoid the payments. Police say the raid was conducted in cooperation with customs officials and tax fraud investigators. Germany legalized prostitution in 2002, creating an industry now thought to be worth approximately 16 billion euros per year. So-called mega brothels are common, attracting tourists from neighboring countries with stricter laws and sex workers from Eastern Europe. The number of prostitutes in Germany is thought to have doubled to 400,000 over the last 20 years. And that's the end of the article. So what does the article say? They were raided for tax evasion, basically forcing their employees to classify themselves as independent contractors. Same exact thing with Uber. Same exact thing with the UFC, where there's this classification dispute. Are they independent contractors? Are they employees? Of course, the employer wants them to be they want to be able to pay them like independent contractors and give them the lack of benefits that independent contractors would receive. However, they want them to be like exclusive to them like they would be employees. So they want to have the control over them as they would have employees, but they don't want to have to pay the like social services that comes with full employeeship. If we take a look at the Artemis brothel Wikipedia article, so Artemis is one of the largest brothels in Germany where prostitution and brothels are legal and widespread. The wellness brothel opened in Berlin in September 2005, a 4-story building complete with a pool, 3 saunas, 2 cinemas, and room for up to 70 prostitutes and 600 customers. It has 49 employees in addition to the prostitutes who officially are not employees but have to follow the house rules regarding services and dresses. Each prostitute pays pre-tax of €30 per day to the government, which is collected by the brothel. The women are regularly interviewed by officials from the state criminal police office. Prostitutes can stay at the brothel, renting rooms on the 4th floor, which is off limits to customers. Customers leave about €25 million per year in Artemis, with about half the money going to the prostitutes. Annual profit of Artemis is estimated at €3 million. The German prostitute support Hydra has endorsed a transparent concept to put as a reverse judgment until the working conditions of the women could be evaluated. Several comparable clubs exist in Germany. Most of them are in the area of North Frankfurt. One of them, Atlantis, was closed in 2004 after legal troubles. So this is the overview of it, and this is the overview of the incident. Let's see a little bit after the incident. So this was written last year. So this article was written 7 years after the raid. And what does it say? Berlin pays brothel €250,000 compensation over police raid. The operators of the Artemis brothel had launched 2 lawsuits after police raided the premises in 2016. The city administration has apologized for detaining staff and making prejudicial statements at a press conference. So it looks like the police did raid the brothel, and yet nothing came out of it. The city of Berlin has issued an apology to a major brothel and paid €250,000 in compensation over a police raid that has happened 7 years ago. Hundreds of police raided the Artemis sauna and brothel near Vestkreuz in 2016, detaining several people on suspicion of human trafficking, tax evasion, and other violations. Crimes like these can be common in the German sex work industry, which in and of itself is not illegal. At a press conference afterwards, public prosecutors made references to organized crime, but the accusations could not be proven, and the Berlin Regional Court will not admit the prosecution's case in 2018. The 2 operators of the brothel then took the city to court for wrongful detention before reaching a settlement with the administration. The state of Berlin apologizes for the pretrial detention and considerable disadvantages suffered by those accused at the time as a result of the search, the pretrial detention, the indictment, and the statements made by the public prosecutor's office, the city judicial administration said in a statement on Friday. So the prosecutor ordered the city administration to pay €100,000 in damages, but the operators also had launched a second lawsuit for wrongful detention and demanded a considerably higher amount, according to the city's judicial administration. The apology and €250,000 compensation were part of a settlement reached by the city and brothel operators. The case is now closed. And we can even see in this article that Dan Saltman was reading, if he just kept reading it, like the police accused the people of tax evasion. Nothing was proven. And once it actually went through the courts, nothing was proven. So he's trying to defame Hasan by saying that Hasan went to a sex club that was raided for human trafficking, right? That's what he said. And while there was a single case of human trafficking found in this raid, one of these women had talked to the police about her abusive pimp, a former professional football goalie who would be convicted of trafficking, coercion, and extortion, and sentenced to 7 years in prison in October 17. So one of the women that were working in the brothel, which again, well, I guess they are technically independent contractors. They're not employees of the brothel. So again, the independent contractors that work at the brothel, one of them had an abusive pimp, and he was convicted of trafficking, coercion, and extortion. And Dan Saltman wants to say that the entire brothel was that way just so he can try to shit on Hasan more. And this is the definition of streaming with like the intent to harass, where you are going above and beyond, knowingly taking clips out of context and trying to flip them around in the worst possible light just to make the case that your target is a bad guy. And we can read some of the comments on this. To everyone thinking this is about tax evasion, Google what happened to Al Capone and how they got him. So what's funny about this comment is, yeah, you can Google the Artemis brothel, and with Al Capone, he was guilty of tax evasion, and so they did arrest him for that. The people at the Artemis brothel were not guilty of tax evasion whatsoever, and they actually got the city to pay them money for wrongful detention. This guy, I know this goes against the narrative, but I've looked into this before. I mean, they did indeed raid mostly for tax evasion, and it was excessive using 900 officers, etc. The brothel is still running to this day and successfully countersued the government of Berlin and were paid compensation, as well as issued a formal public apology for accusing them of being involved in organized crime. So this is a problem with using old articles when it just happened, as it seems prosecutors deceive the public. So a little bit of pushback, but it's mostly people, I mean, Dan Saltman will say you can Google it yourself, and then people will just take him at his word. We also just have Dan Saltman talking more about how he doesn't actually care that much about anti-Semitism, and he's trying to just troll Twitch and get the CEO fired from Twitch.
You know, it's sad because I've dedicated the last 2 weeks of my life basically to Steve's cause.
What? Which one? You're talking about the Twitch thing?
Yeah, destroying Twitch.
I thought that was more your thing than...
Why the fuck do I care about Twitch? I'm not banned there.
I thought you cared because they were anti-Semitic and being weird.
Nah, it's just fun.
Oh, okay. I care. I thought you cared, bro.
I mean, I care that I want to win. I care that it would be fucking awesome and funny if I won.
It would be awesome and funny.
It would be fucking hysterical if a company... Imagine if we trolled a CEO out of his job.
Yeah, pretty much all you need to know there. And some people say that he claims he's joking afterwards, but essentially all of his actions do line up with what he says there. So Dan Saltman gets banned. Dan Saltman was a huge advocate for Hasan. He was a huge clip farmer and a voice against Twitch. And people are starting to push back against that. We're seeing some people in the audience being like, okay, well, this is out of context. I know this goes against the narrative, but this is out of context. And Dan Saltman will just... he doesn't care. He knows it's out of context. So this is on in Asmon's Gold community. What is the general vibe there? Ban so Asmon can't keep threatening Twitch with that Dan interview. LMAO. Can Asmon stream it on Kick or YouTube? So these guys just want to see Asmon Gold talking with this guy. Twitch really banned the man, so Asmon can't bring him on. He got banned for extreme harassment. Whatever they mean with that might be some excuse to get rid of him for now. Let the Streisand effect begin. He wasn't aligned with the old new anti-Semitism trend. Asmon should just stream on YouTube for the interview with Dan. So they just want to see their favorite little buddy streaming on YouTube, which, that's fair, but it is just funny. Twitch says it's because of harassment. Dan Saltman says that he is harassing Twitch, he is harassing Hasan, and yet these fucking dumb little guys can't put two and two together. The reason he's banned is because of harassment. He says he's doing harassment, and they're like, well, they just want him to not talk with Asmongold.